Hey everyone, Vince here. Today I'm taking a look at 2 reward apps that promise some pretty big rewards, but are they actually worth it? Let's find out together. Hope you enjoy. So first up, we have AttaPoll. Now AttaPoll is not new by any means, guys, but it has been around for a very long time. In fact, it was one of the first reward apps I covered on the Vinsane channel. So fun little fact there. I figured it's time to re-review it to make sure it's up to standard still. And this is what it looks like when you launch it up. At the top of the screen, you have your account balance. Right now, I have $30.54. Underneath that, you have the categories that you can actually browse through for your various tasks. The screen we're actually looking at the moment is the For You page. Here you can see some featured surveys. Mind you, there are many more to look at on AttaPoll. Underneath that, I have 2 games and 1 task. Before diving into anything else, let me just break down the reward options for AttaPoll, at least here in Australia. I have PayPal, Revolut, bank transfer, and a few gift cards based on my country, everyone. So while they don't have the biggest catalogue of gift card options, at least the main ones seem to be there in my country, which again is a positive. Now, depending on where you live is actually going to change the minimum withdrawal limit, so please keep that in mind. Here in Australia, I think it's around $4.50. In Europe, I heard it's around €3. So yeah, as I said, just depending on where you live, you're going to have a completely different experience with AttaPoll. That goes for any reward app though in general. Now, checking out the surveys tab is going to reveal question surveys. Now, you'll notice that you only get 4 cents for them, but what these question surveys do is unlock more surveys. But since I've already done a lot of them over the years, as you can see, I have a large amount of surveys to choose from, all with a variety of prices. Now, granted, these aren't the highest prices we've ever seen. In fact, in my opinion, AttaPoll still has pretty average survey prices. I mean, they're not terrible by any means, but the fact is AttaPoll does what they do well, and that is surveys. So there's nothing really wrong with what they're doing. I just wish they bumped the prices up a tiny bit here in Australia. Currently, the highest survey I have is $2.18 for 7 minutes worth of time. But as you can see, it has a 1-star rating, which obviously doesn't give too much confidence in how successful that survey is going to be. Now, in regards to the gaming area, yet again, everyone, I feel like we're getting some pretty average prices with these gaming offers. Okay, and remember, these aren't really playtime rewards, these are more progression based offers. Like, even though for Palmon, for instance, you can see $1,039, we have 18 steps that need to be completed within 45 days. And going through here, you can just imagine how difficult these are actually going to be, as a majority of them have these time limits on them. And of course, the most difficult ones will have the biggest reward attached to them. Now, with the tasks, again, same situation, everyone. It is nice to have these offers available. This TikTok one, though, for $3.99 is actually pretty solid in my opinion. All I technically need to do, supposedly, is run the application as a new user. Something to mention though, at the bottom of the gaming screen, you do have a play more games from our partners area. And this seems to be a playtime rewards section, but sadly it just doesn't work in my country at the moment, or at least right now for myself, it just says please wait. Now, if you go on the My Profile button and then head to the Profile Data area, here is where you can actually fill out your profile for AttaPoll, which means that you can get much better surveys. I feel like a lot of people are actually missing this area, which means that AttaPoll doesn't know anything about you, so then they don't offer you up surveys based on your profile. So just make sure you go through the profile data area and fill out every single option if you're comfortable with that, okay? They do have a pretty sweet referral system as well, everyone. So if you do want to join and support the channel, you're more than welcome to use my referral code. Again, completely up to you. So in my opinion, that's all there is to really show about AttaPoll. Let's move on now to the withdrawal testing. So AttaPoll, at least in Australia, features an instant withdrawal system. So technically this $30 should arrive straight away to my PayPal account. And what I will say, everyone, is that a majority of that was earned through referrals over the years. So hitting cash out and selecting PayPal will allow me to process the request. And that is it, everyone. It's now saying your payment is still being processed, but may take up to 72 hours to complete. At least in my experience, it's never taken that long, but who knows in your own country. And looking at the payments history, it even shows me how long I have left for those funds to be transferred. Always remember, there is absolutely no guarantee with any type of reward app out there. Please be careful no matter what you do. Don't believe advertisements at all. Always try and do your own research. And there we go, a little pop-up just appeared saying that your efforts paid off. So now if I check my PayPal account, it has arrived straight away. So there you go, everyone. At least here in Australia, AttaPoll is still a very solid application. I think as long as you're realistic, AttaPoll can go a long way for you. And yes, I was right, by the way, the minimum is $4.50 still in Australia. So that's my review on AttaPoll. Let's move on to the next application. Next up, we have a new app called RewardPlay. Just note here, it is an early access title. So this is what RewardPlay looks like. At the top of the screen, you have a coin-based currency. I started off with 2,000 coins in my balance. Underneath that, they're going to give you a glimpse of the reward store, and the first thing you're going to notice, everyone, like I did, is the massive minimum withdrawal limit. Now look, I'm not saying that's a problem straight off the bat, but to me, I hate seeing like a $20 minimum because that is massive and usually hard to achieve, at least in my opinion. Perhaps in your own country it may be different, but a majority of apps that have a high withdrawal limit usually make it such a grind to actually get to. So look, the whole concept of RewardPlay is that you play games and then you generate these coins. They also have a streak system as well, which I'm sure you guys understand how that works. You simply just log in, play games on a daily basis, and you get more of the streak unlocked. The one thing I will say is that they have made their goals pretty clear to understand, okay? You have to treat these type of games as offers. So just think of it as you're completing an offer wall type of application, not more of a playtime reward style. The game I grinded for today's test was Block Slider Color Jam, and it states that I can get up to 53,000 of these coins. And expanding more on that offer, I managed to achieve 3 of the milestones. Now, you're not mistaken, for 20 levels, I only managed to generate 9 coins if you add that up. And if you actually have a look at the game itself, everyone, it starts to get very difficult very quickly, with the whole goal essentially, in my opinion, to get you to spend money within it. Now, I spent an hour and a half to get those 9 coins, okay? And the bigger problem I see with this application is that they actually hide the amount of coins you're going to get before you reach a threshold. You can assume it's up to 53,000 coins, but if you're treating it like any other offer wall application out there, that means a bulk of the rewards are at the bottom of the offer, which is obviously the most difficult. Again, it took 1.5 hours to get 9 coins, everyone, for me. And while I was able to get that 2,000 coin starting bonus, they did give a daily challenge bonus as well of 160 coins. The fact that it's an early access title and they're not showing the rewards that you get per task is very concerning. At least in Australia, they do state they have 320 rewards available. Every single minimum though is 4,000 coins from what I can see here, everyone, which technically they say is $20. Realistically, that just seems like the biggest grind ever to not really know what each offer is actually going to give in coin value. If you're to apply offer wall logic to this, as I stated earlier, you may be able to figure it out yourself and maybe you think it's worth the time, but at least right now here in Australia, I can't justify spending any more time on it, especially being an early access title. Now, I may come back to it in the future if they ever drop their minimums, but if anyone out there ever tries it, just let me know how you went. Either way, that's my review on RewardPlay. I'm skipping it for now. Now we're back with one of my favorite parts of making these videos, the Pokemon pack openings. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a brand new Pokemon set out, Pitch Black. So what you're seeing right now are brand new cards being pulled. Finally, we have some fresh cards, okay? That means a whole new hunt has begun, essentially. Now, what I'm going to do with these cards, especially the ones that are duplicates, is try and sell them off. And I'm hoping to make a video on that soon. I just have to get everything set up, essentially. I actually managed to get a really nice card straight away here, which was great to see. Let's hope I can keep this up throughout the series. Now you've seen this video, everyone, please head over to my channel and check out all my recent uploads. Please don't forget to follow me on my social medias. Links are in the description below. Thank you so much. See you next time.